paying for food, you're paying for water, you're paying for travel, you're paying for everything. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Praise and I'm back with another video. So for this week's video, I'm going to be telling you the 10 things I wish I knew before starting university. Number one, the first thing I wish I knew before starting university was what my degree actually consisted of. So ideally knowing like what counts. For me, I study law at LSE and my first year didn't count, and I really didn't know that until like January. It's not as if like I wasn't going to try hard, but at the same time, I also don't need to stress if things aren't going how I want them to be, because it does not count. Obviously, my exams and my grade at the end of the year are important to me, but don't stress. So actually knowing what your degree actually consists of for me was something I wish I knew before, or something I wish I looked into at least. And also what part of it is actually important. I think I had like 5 modules and one of them was called like, I'm not gonna say the name, but one of them I don't have an exam on it. It's not optional, but it's optional because it takes long and it takes time. If you expect me to read for 5 other modules and cases for all those 5 other modules, then I can't be doing the one that I'm not sitting an exam on. So yeah, actually knowing what your degree consists of, and make sure you do your research on your degree beforehand. I just knew I wanted to study law. Here I am. But I think I could have done a bit more research into what things would consist of. And also looking at whether your degree is just you reading and then going to class and talking about it, or like you're taught it and then you do reading. I had to watch lectures, learn the information myself, and then we get to class and learn it. Yeah, like only my classes were for talking. It wasn't learning any new information. I wish I knew that. It's really very much yourself and you teaching yourself to an extent. That's the first thing I wish I knew before going to university. The second thing I wish I knew was to enjoy myself in first year, because you only do live once, to be very realistic. I think I did... I think I had fun, but I could have had more fun. But obviously we were in a pandemic, so I could only do what I could do. But live your best life. I'm gonna say it once and I'm gonna say it again. Live your best life. Because at the end of the day, you have first year, second year, third year. If you're a medic student, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year. And first year is basically the start of a new school and you're making new friends. Honestly, don't stress, work hard, but have fun. Like have fun and go out responsibly. That's the second thing I would say. The third thing I wish I knew before starting university was honestly how expensive everything is. You're paying for food, you're paying for water, you're paying for travel, you're paying for everything. I was living at home, so I didn't really pay for much, but cost, like traveling. I live in London, but traveling into London is very expensive, and I just found the pricing like racking up, and TfL was just snatching and snatching, and they're still snatching. So that's one thing I wish I knew how expensive. I wish I knew how expensive it was. Everyone tells you how expensive it is, especially for me going to university in London, but it's expensive. And for people with maintenance loan, that will definitely impact your university experience. Your maintenance loan, just ensuring that the money you have is enough for you to buy food and live off of, especially if you're living out and in accommodation. The fifth thing I wish I knew was, I wish I knew that I could contact my academic advisors or like my lecturers or my mentors. But to be honest, they did tell us, like at the end of recorded lectures, they would say, if you have any questions, email me and let me know. But I don't feel comfortable emailing a lecturer who doesn't know me. So what I would do instead was email my class teachers, because I had classes in person and they knew me. It's not as if it's like some random child messaging them. So I would utilize them, I would use them, and yeah, they are there for you. At least I hope so. Mine definitely works. So utilize them, use what you can of them, and you will be good. Yeah, that's the fifth thing I wish I knew. Because like, what else are they doing? I wish I knew how much I could contact them, and like an email is literally a minute to write and a response does not take that long. So that's the fifth thing I wish I knew. The sixth thing I wish I knew was, it's not easy. To be very honest, it's not easy. The content itself, I personally did not find it hard, but the amount of work you expect me to be doing is a lot. I had 5 modules, I think, to study for, or 4, and then 5, or 5 and then 4, but they're the same across the year, and it's a lot. You have to do pre-reading, I don't even know what it's called, reading before class, case readings, answer class questions, and then prepare for like what is everything called? Summer has been a while. Exam scripts, essays, formatives, that's the word, and then plan for formatives, submit your formatives, and you're doing this for not 1 modules but 2, 3, 4, and you're expected to have a life as well. well. I wish I knew the amount I was in for. And I remember going for lunch with my friend and we were just like, this was like a month after we had started, and I was like, well, I've got used to it now, but honestly, I wish I'd known the exact demands of university. So if I were you, I would contact people in your university and just try and find out exactly what you're expected to be doing and when you're doing it. Essentially, if you do university how it's supposed to be done, ideally with like them expecting you to do everything they're asking you for, it's very hard. Act smart. Study hard. Study hard, not smart. I'm saying work hard. Study smart, but work hard. Either one of those. But yeah, I wish I knew just how hard it is to get everything done. The content itself, for me, I did not find hard, but the workload is hefty. The 7th thing I wish I knew before starting university was just how lonely it can be. Lonely? I won't say lonely. I'll say lonely. Started in October, and for the first month, when did I make friends? Honestly, I can't tell you when I made friends. But even when I had made friends, like, it can be so lonely. For me, I was living at home and I have to travel into uni to see people. Everyone's in accommodation. So one thing I would say, move out. Move out. That's the one thing I would say. And people can have different opinions on this. But if you're someone like me who likes interacting with people and talking to people, move out for first year at least. That was the one big thing, but this isn't one of the things I wish I knew. It's just something I'm telling you, move out. But yeah, uni can be lonely sometimes, especially if you're just studying or you're in the library. Obviously there are people to study with, but not everyone's available at the same time you're available. When you're free, some people have classes or lectures or stuff to be doing. It can be lonely, but as long as you have a good support system around you during university, or when you're studying late at night or writing an essay late at night by yourself, then you will be fine. You will be fine. It's all worth it in the end. But just make sure you look after yourself. And yeah, that's the 7th thing I wish I knew before starting university. And another thing conjoined with that and like studying hard, plan how you're going to write your notes or take notes, because no one cares other than yourself. At the end of the day, those notes will be for you. No one else is touching them. Your lecturers aren't going to look at them. Your class teachers aren't going to look at them. The academic advisor is not going to look at them. They're not going to say, oh, let me see your notes. If you want to make notes, make sure you make notes, because no one else is gonna ask you to keep up with them, and it just has to be yourself. For me, I took my notes on my laptop. I typed everything out. I had like a folder for my module, and then lectures, classes, class questions. I think I will show you them on the screen. That was basically how I set out my notes for first year, and that worked for me because I knew where everything was. But yeah, that's how I did mine. I know friends of mine who could not do it like that, and they just wrote down everything. Personally, that's what works best for me. So find what works best for you and go with that, because no one else is gonna look at that. 8th thing I wish I knew before joining university was join societies, but make sure you actually know what your society is about. Some societies you get and you join and you get what you've expected, but others, a drinking society. So for example, I am in hockey, or I was in hockey society, and that to me was like the best thing ever. We very much played hockey and had socials every week. That's another thing. The socials are very much a part of the society too. So if that's not something you're for, then probably not for you. Hockey was like hard because, like I said, I lived at home, so they would have socials every week, and sometimes I'll have classes early in the morning the next day, so it's like not best, because then I'd have to travel all the way home. But also some societies, like at my university, one of my friends, he said that the rugby society is very much a drinking society. So if you're not part of that life, or you don't want that, you might sometimes feel like pressure to fit in, which to me personally is quite sad. I never felt that with hockey, but just make sure you know what your society you're joining and what it's actually about. For ACS, it was half career, helpful, and also a lot of social events, which was, for me, was a really good thing. But if you're going to something like Law Society, very much serious. And yeah, so just pick societies that you feel will work for you, but also find out what that society is actually about, because some places you might think you're going to do one thing, but you're spending most of your time doing a completely different thing. The 9th thing I wish I knew was no one tells you you need a break but yourself. So it's hard. I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's very much you're in control of yourself, which is a good thing and also a bad thing. If you're coming from like sixth form or college, you might have found that your teachers very much helped you a lot and you were sheltered from a lot of things and helped and guided with your education. But in university, I felt like I needed to tell myself to stop. That's the one thing I'm bad at. Like, I don't tell myself when it's time to rest, but that's the one thing I wish I knew. Like, I can get burnt out really quickly from just continuously watching lectures and reading and not stopping. So tell yourself when to stop, and also just pay attention to yourself on what. Take a break, go out, meet some friends, have fun where you can. But that is another thing I wish I knew. No one else tells you to take a break, so very much have to watch for yourself. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think it's something that I wish I understood, that it's me, myself and I, that's all I got. But I'm not gonna disregard. My academic advisor sometimes called me, but yeah, that's the 9th thing I wish I knew. And the 10th thing I wish I knew is that make sure you're starting uni when uni actually starts, and you're not starting in August when your exams are about to start, so that you don't end up playing catch up, because it's not a good look. I personally did not do that, but a very good friend of mine did, and it's not nice to see. It's really not nice to see. So if you choose to not start uni in October or whenever you start, then you can face the repercussions of your actions, because it's not really a me thing, it's you thing. But just be wary of the fact that things do build up, and watching 10-hour lectures in one night is not healthy and it's not good. So that is the 10th thing I wish I knew. But I can say, don't leave your work to the last minute, because deadlines are also not cute, and I can't do any more all-nighters. That has been everything I wish I knew before starting university. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you do have any questions about starting university, DM me on Instagram at praisexox, or you can leave a comment in the comment section down below. That has been it for this video. It's been your girl Praise, and I will see you next week with another video. Goodbye. Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip